Niners playing the 3-8 Seahawks. They looked pathetic for most of that game against Washington last night, but then made it a game at the end like they normally do, and lost by 2. They were like they actually got the onside kick, and it didn't count because some guy lined up 2 yards too much to the left. That's how close. That's what that game came down to. So they look dead, but at the same time, it's Seattle. The Niners don't play well up there. It's Russell Wilson. Is this game even bigger than last week? At least in terms of what's at stake, the implications.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways it is, because so what's at stake? And then it's Seattle putting Seattle to sleep for the rest of the season, and I think also, the rest of their schedule, like. I know Tennessee's reeling a little bit, but they're still like they're still a good team.
They could get their stuff together by then.
The Bengals, that's not going to be an easy game.
No. The Rams
are going
to be like.
I know they have the Rams number, but the Rams are still a good team, right? Yeah. So, like the Texans are on the schedule, and so you can make that if anything's a guarantee, it's that. So like when
Atlanta, I would say Atlanta too, maybe. Did they just win this week?
Yeah, they won.
Oh, wow. Excuse me. I cover the NFL for a living. I didn't know that. Yeah, they beat Jacksonville. Okay, that's not an accomplishment. They beat them by 7. I would say the Niners should definitely win those 2 games. But other than those 2 games, this would be the other game that you'd say the Niners definitely should beat Seattle, right? They're 3-8, but they've lost to Seattle already. And I don't know. What have you seen from Seattle? Why do they suck so hard?
I think, and I also think it's a good barometer for the Niners, because you don't have Warner, you don't have Deebo Samuel. If they can win this game, that's going to say something about this team. So I think that's another reason as well. I mean, this is why you're getting paid the big bucks, Kyle, because these are games you got to figure out a way to win.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a good game to dominate. But here's the thing. I don't know if they will. It's tough. And that's the defense played well against Washington, which is an extremely similar team to the Niners, right? I mean, they're like a ball control, run it 40 times, throw quick passes with your plucky, gritty quarterback. Yeah. I mean, that's Washington. That's the
Adams had a pick. I think he's no longer tied with Vince Wilfork for career interceptions.
So it seems to me that defense, look, it has some talent. It just played well against a similar offense. They've played the Niners a lot. They've had success against Jimmy Garoppolo the last 2 times. They weren't that great last year, and they made the Niners look terrible in Seattle. They made Jimmy look terrible in Seattle. The Niners should beat the Seahawks, but still a big test. It's not an easy game. I think it's still a big test.
Also, remember Seattle defensively did a good job against Green Bay. So, like, they didn't lose that game because of their defense. They lost the game. They lost that game because of their offense, which is crazy, right? Because you have Russell Wilson. I think Metcalf has gone like MIA. I don't know what.
They don't throw to him anymore. It's so weird.
But you know who's a good care for that? Josh Norman.
Josh Hutchins has a good point. He says the Seahawks do us like we do the Rams, pretty much. So you know how Niner fans, how you're like not worried at all about Week 18 against the Rams. I think that's kind of how Seahawks feel this week. I bet the Seahawks fans are like, damn, we're 3-8 and this is really depressing. But at least we got the Niners coming up, and maybe they're wrong to feel that way, but that's how they feel, and that's how you feel about the Rams. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot. This is a big game. The Niners should win it for sure. I'm not picking the Seahawks, but I don't feel super confident about picking the Niners either. I don't. Pete Carroll is a very good defensive coach. The defense just played well, and he's shown that he's kind of has a good plan for Jimmy, as opposed to some coaches. So Bobby Wagner, they have good safeties and linebackers. They're a little weak at corner. Who cares? Jimmy doesn't throw outside.
That's the thing. I think
Who cares?
And I think it comes back to Jimmy Garoppolo, which the question is, when you take away the run game, can Jimmy play quarterback? And Seattle when their defense gets going can take away the run game. Bobby Wagner
He
is
can play quarterback, but not great.
yeah.
I can play it. I've seen him play it.
Right. Right. Is he gonna play it and make Jamal Adams' career and give him more interceptions and make that contract?
Could be Jordan Brooks. Could be Bobby Wagner.